Hey guys, so I'm here today to film my September favorites for you. I'm turned because the sun is everywhere over here. I feel like I haven't filmed a favorite video in like a couple months. This isn't really going to be a September favorites as more so of a current favorites. Today is September 30th and it has not been fall in Canada at all. We've had like 30-degree weather for like most of September, which is my worst fucking nightmare because fall is my favorite season ever. And this past week has been the first week where it's actually been fall. So these aren't really going to be fall-y kind of favorites because fall is fighting me. So for foundation, I've been very all over the place when it comes to foundation lately. It's like I have just been trying all different ones. I haven't really found one that I've been loving. But what I've been reaching for most of all is my IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Illumination Cream. This is my holy grail favorite CC cream tinted moisturizer style product for the summer months. It has amazing coverage. It's so glowy. Like, it's so glowy that I can't wear a glowy primer with it or I feel too glowy, and I've never felt too glowy in my entire life. I'm in the shade Fair. This is my second one. I finished up one of these already. It's just absolutely amazing. I will say Fair is a little bit dark. I wish they had a lighter shade. Actually, it's more like a little too yellow for me. But once you blend it in, you honestly can't tell. I think it's beautiful. I apply it with a beauty blender all over my skin. If I want more coverage, I'll mix in my MAC Face and Body, and it just looks beautiful on my skin. But yeah, because it's been so hot when my makeup is melting off, this is what I always reach for in the summer months. Worth all the hype. If you're in Canada, they're actually carrying IT Cosmetics in Sephora now, so get your hands on this. It's fucking magical. I have the illuminating one, but I feel like Kathleen like did a comparison video between this one and the original, and they're literally the same. This one's just slightly glowier, I think. Another foundation type product I want to talk about is the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD High Definition Longwear Illuminating Foundation in white. I have this in porcelain, I believe, and the foundation's just kind of okay. Again, I've been going back and forth on wearing it, and it's just like whatever. It's just been so hot that I can't really test out anything, so I just go to my IT Cosmetics. But when I am wearing other foundations, most foundations are too dark for me, or I'm in between the lightest and the second lightest shade, so what I'll do is I'll buy the second lightest, and then I will mix in this. The Lancome Tint Idol is a little, oxidizes on me a little bit, and something like the MAC Waterproof Foundation, I'm an NW20 because NW15 is too light, but NW20 is a little bit too dark and yellow for me, so I like to mix this in with it. This is the best foundation lightener, foundation mixer I've ever found for light skin. I had the NYX one, but I found that it kind of changed the texture of the foundation where this does not, and it really lightens well, whereas the NYX one, I feel like you had to add so much product for it to actually become light. This one, the smallest amount, makes it so much lighter. I'm wearing it today with the MAC Waterproof Foundation, and I love it. For eyeshadow, I'm so basic. Also, do you see how dirty this is? I've honestly been loving the Jaclyn Hill palette. I didn't think I was going to. I bought it because I know that I am a sucker to the hype, and I ended up spending too much money on it and being like, oh, Kayla, you're ridiculous. But I reach for it all the time. I will say, biggest pet peeve is that this card comes separately and it isn't inside, so I've just taped it to the inside where she was like, thank you to all my loving subscribers. Like, bitch, I don't care about your thank you. I want the names of my eyeshadows. And I've been loving this. I kind of wish this bended backwards. Does it? I feel like I'm gonna break it. Like, the shadows are gorgeous. Obsessed is one of my favorite shades. I'm wearing this color here, which is 24/7. This is her pressed glitter color, I believe. I'm wearing it on my lids today, and I do apply it with my finger or a wet brush, usually my finger, just because it's easier. And it is a beautiful kind of warm brown color with glitter in it. I'm wearing these two shades today with Chip in the crease, and I believe I also have Mocha and Chip in the crease. No, Mocha and Central Park in the crease, sorry. Like, the shades are beautiful. I wore all of these beautiful red colors the other day. Like, do you see how I just got... I fucking hate this packaging. I wore all of these red colors the other day for like the first day that it was actually last weekend when it wasn't cool out at all, but it was September 22nd, so it was the first day of fall. I wore dark vampy reds, and I used this palette. Like, I will say there are too many warm shades in here and not enough cool shades, but the colors are beautiful, the shadows work, and it is a great palette to just have everything in it, and I do reach for it all the time. I guess I'll talk about the other palette that I have here, and this is the Anastasia Nicole Guerriero palette. I bought this whenever it came out, and honestly, I'm obsessed with it. Now, I did drop it on the floor the other day, so some of these shadows are a little delicate right now. I need to repress them, but they're soft enough that I kind of just repressed them with my fingers, and they seemed okay. I'm gonna be honest with you, I only use these 3 shades. I could probably use Glow Getter if I wanted to, but clearly Forever Young is my favorite shade. I've hit pan. I also love Kitty Cat, and I also love Forever Lit. They all have huge dents in them. Today, I believe I'm wearing Forever Young and Forever Lit on my cheeks. Like, this palette is life. I hope it's like I hope it's not limited edition because I love this. I really wish that Anastasia would fucking take these kits and sell the shades individually. She could make so much more money because I would buy all of these shades individually when I run out, as opposed to having to buy in a complete other kit, which is stupid. So yeah. And she'd probably charge me more for the individual shades. She's dumb. Get it together, Anastasia. And I guess in the other highlighter family, I'm not sure if I've talked about Colourpop's Flexitarian or not, but it is the most beautiful cream highlighter I've ever used. I personally used to never reach for cream highlighters, but I wear this almost every day. It's beautiful, but I don't wear it on its own. Like, I just put the smallest amount. What I do is I take this on my finger, I dot it on, or blend it onto my cheekbone, and then I apply highlighter over top of it. So today I'm wearing Forever Young and Forever Lit on top of this highlighter, and as you can see, it gives you the most beautiful glow. There's no glitter in it. It's just that perfect wet shine kind of look. Like, honestly, that highlighter is fucking life to me. I've convinced everyone in my life to buy it. Everyone loves it. It's so beautiful. If you are a pale girl, you will love Flexitarian. And it has like that silver undertone. I hate highlighters with like a gold undertone because I'm so pink toned. So for me, this and the Nicole Guerriero palette are like so pink toned. It's beautiful. I also want to talk about the Anastasia Dipbrow. This is mostly stuff that like I've started using recently that has become like holy grails to me. I bought the Anastasia Dipbrow when I dyed my hair gray, which I believe was in about March. I need to do some toning again, but whatevs. So my hair is very ashy toned, and I didn't want to lighten my brows and use like a taupey kind of, like most people who have gray hair would use like a taupey kind of brown or like a taupey blonde kind of color. Like when I got my eyebrows done originally by my brow girl at Benefit, she tried to do them lighter, and I was like, no, I want them as dark as possible, as you can tell. And the color Granite by Anastasia is the most perfect gray color. Like, it's a dark, super cool toned, almost gray color. It's perfect if you have really ashy hair. I love Benefit Goof Proof, but their line just doesn't have enough colors in it, and there are no really dark, cool tone colors except for Ebony, which is like almost a black, and I just wasn't sure how that was gonna work. So loving this, and honestly, I get the Dipbrow hype. Literally, like, my eyebrows look perfect. I did not carve them out with concealer. I did not do anything. I filled them in with Dipbrow, ran through them with a spoolie, moved on with my life. And look at them. Loving them. I have 2 blushes to talk about, and I feel like I've talked about these blushes a lot, and I'm sorry. But for the past like 3 months, I've been back into Benefit Dallas. It is just a beautiful color. I have like no clean fingers to swatch. I have my pinky. Here it is on my pinky. It's just a dusty, like, brown with a little bit of rosy undertones in it. It's so beautiful. I absolutely love it. I feel like Dallas does not get the love it deserves on YouTube. It's perfect. Perfect. But then in September, I kind of fell back in love with Nars Madly, so much so that I hit pan. Nars Madly is definitely just warmer. Like, it's just warmer, has less, I think it has more like brown in it. I don't know. This is Dallas and this is Madly. I feel like Madly is a little bit deeper. I'm wearing Madly today. You probably can't tell because my highlighter is so extra, but I'm wearing Madly today, and I just live for Nars Madly. It's so pretty. I only have 2 more favorites, guys. I'm winging through this today. I finally found the Milani Make It Last setting spray in the GTA. I went to a Rexall in Toronto. I found 2 on the shelf and I bought them. And the girl was like, I'm so glad that you're buying 2. It's fantastic. And I was like, I've been hunting these down for months. And she was like, me too. I couldn't get it to order it. She's like, I was just able to get it. So I bought 2 of them. I absolutely love it. This is a great setting spray. Would totally recommend it. Really wish that it was easier to get your hands on in Canada. My last favorite is my extractor. I believe I got this extractor from Joe Fresh because I was just like, I want an extractor. And I saw it at Joe Fresh, so that's where I bought it. And I honestly didn't think that an extractor would do anything, but I got really obsessed with watching Dr. Pimple Popper videos like 2 years ago, and I was like, I'm gonna buy an extractor and become a magician with this. And I honestly didn't think it would do anything, but it is so helpful when you have a pimple. You just put this like around the pimple and press, and it pops the pimple without breaking any blood vessels around it, without you having to use your nails, because people are always like, oh, don't use your nails, just use the pads of your fingers. But like, no one does that. Every bitch I know gets their fucking nails in there and they dig into their head until it pops. But honestly, get an extractor. I literally didn't think it would make anything easier, but you get this around your pimple and you push and it pops that baby without any effort. Let me tell you a disgusting story. I had what I thought was a pimple right above my lip here, but it was just like one of those, like, you know those little pimples that's like a bump and it just won't go away and you go on with your life? But then I noticed one day that it was like gray. So I tried to push, I pushed the gray out and it was like pencil lead. Yeah, are you disgusted yet? Because I was disgusted, but kind of stoked about it. So I pushed it all out and then I finally popped it. But like nothing else, I popped it so much that, like, you know when you pop it too much and then blood just comes out? So I put some hydrogen peroxide on it, I left it. I think I popped it again, did the same thing like 2 more days, and then on the 3rd day, which by the way was my birthday in September, I came home because my husband had a gig and I had noticed that it was like pussy and gross again, so I started popping it and I started pushing and pushing, and it was really hard to push here because there's no way really to push on. It's not like your like head where you have a skull, like there's nothing, but I was like pushing it against my teeth, and literally I was using tweezers. I was Dr. Pimple Popper, and it was the greatest moment of my life. I kept pushing and pushing and pushing until like for like 20 minutes I was like popping and like wiping and tweezing and digging at my face until finally I pushed and I grabbed it with my tweezers and I pulled out the little sack at the end. If you've ever watched a Dr. Pimple Popper video, you fucking know what I'm talking about. And it was magical. This little tool is everything you need in your life. I used to think it was stupid and then it wouldn't do anything, but it honestly has changed my life. And I had a Dr. Pimple Popper moment, and that also changed my life. It was great. On my birthday, like, the world gave me a gift, and it was a disgusting pimple. So, you're welcome for that delicious story time I just told you. I told my friend at dinner the other night, so I mean, at least you're not eating. I hope you're not eating. So those are my favorites for the month of September. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know down below what your favorites are, because I'm always into buying new things. It's just who I am as a person. So thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.